For this lesson, we're going to give you an introduction to the last lecture. Now, this introduction will have two parts. First, we're going to talk about the genre of nonfiction, and then we're going to give you an introduction to the author. You should remember from your vocabulary that we said that the genre of nonfiction can have different parts. For example, it can include biographies as well as autobiographies. And from your vocabulary, you should remember that an autobiography is a history of a person's life written or told by that person. So in the case of the last lecture, we have an autobiography. It is a story that is told by Randy Pausch, Dr. Randy Pausch, and he is the one telling the story. Even though he has a co-author, the co-author took the stories that he recorded and used those as the basis for the book. So it is an autobiography, but it's a specific type of autobiography called a memoir. Now, a memoir typically is an autobiography in the sense that it is based on a person's personal observations, personal memories, personal reflections. But memoirs are a little bit different because they tend to focus around a particular aspect of a person's life. So in the way that an autobiography would tell their entire life from birth to death, for example, a memoir will really only focus on key ideas. In this case, the author has chosen to focus on the idea of fulfilling your childhood dreams. You should also remember from your vocabulary the term literary nonfiction. And literary nonfiction is a type of prose that uses literary techniques or literary devices that we would normally only associate with fiction or poetry. But it does still tell about real people, places, and events. And so in that way, it is nonfiction, but it uses these literary techniques to tell the story. So the way you can think of this is a memoir is really a subsection or a subgenre of autobiography, and literary nonfiction is really a subsection or a subgenre of autobiography. And that explains to you how the last lecture fits into the category of memoir, in the category of autobiography, and in the category of nonfiction.